What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And I'm coming back to do the Married to Medicine. This is part 3 of the reunion. Wow, what an emotional episode. You guys, I don't know about you, but I was crying. This part 3 was everything. Married to Medicine, you motherfuckers are bringing it. Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys need to step up. Real Housewives of Atlanta is still my motherfucking show, but Married to Medicine, even Andy had a point in the show where he said, wow, this is some real shit. Like, this is Andy saying this. This show is just so real and transparent, and yes, they have their drama, but I don't know about you guys. I'm really gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it, watching it on Fridays, and it don't matter what damn day it come on, I will always watch Married to Medicine. Such a good show. And it's weird because I started out, didn't even really like this show or could relate to it, but things definitely has changed. Okay, you guys, let's jump right into what happened in this part 3. Okay, so it starts out with Dr. G telling the story about him and and a friend of his. They met these girls and he had ended up getting a hotel room and paying for it. Long story short, he didn't go through with it and have sex with the woman. He ended up leaving and telling the woman that she could keep the room. So I guess she ended up getting the hotel receipt. It had his name on it, and she recognized his name from, him being on Married to Medicine. And so basically she tried to extort him and tried to blackmail him. I'm going to tell your wife, I'm going to tell everybody, what you was doing. And it was just really stupid on his part. But he didn't go through with it. And I think that is a big thing. But at the same time, I could definitely understand why Quad is hurt. Because it was like, damn, it was your intent to do something with this woman. Even though he didn't follow through with it, the intent, I think that really hurts her. I will say this. I don't know. I feel like they should have just talked about this on the show, because this just explains a lot about him saying the shit that he said. Y'all remember what he said the one time, Dr. G? Well, I can understand why a nigga would do what he would have to do. I can understand why a man would cheat. He was talking a lot like that because he had did something similar to that. And, I remembered that, and I was like, well, damn, I wonder, did he cheat or something? So I still think him and Quad's relationship is over. I still think it's over, because it's just, you could just tell it's just done. They don't have the emotions for each other. They can't even let each other speak. So it's really bad. But anyways, Dr. G, he goes on, to apologize. And then he gets to saying, I'm sorry, what I did, and, I forgive you for when you do things too. And then he put a but in there. And why did he do that? Because Jackie let his ass have it. She said, when you apologize, you don't put no motherfucking but in there. You know what I'm saying? You need to just be sorry. Curtis even tried talking to his ass, letting him know, hey, you need to take responsibility, own it, and that's period, point blank. So the whole cast let Dr. G have it. I think that Dr. G wants some type of acceptance from the group, but the more he talks, the less he's more liable to get it, because don't nobody understand how the fuck he thinks. So yeah, that's pretty much what went on with them. Everybody just trying to get him to see how Quad feels about this. And Andy brought up a good point. He was just like, well, wow, you added another chapter, Dr. G, to what's already going on with you and Quad. And it's just like, they don't need this because, and like I said, it's just over, period. And even Heavenly had a point where she was like, you know what, you guys either shit or get off the pot. That's where I'm at with it too. I'm kind of tired of talking about Quad and Dr. G because it's just over. There's no, and Quad tried to say, well, She said what she normally says. Like, she said that, well, I just feel like my husband just has his certain way of being and he just wants me to accept him for how he is. He doesn't really consider my feelings. Then why are you still fucking married to him? Like, I just don't. Where is the love? I don't see the love with these two at all. So it's just like, it's just over, you guys. Everybody knows it. I think everybody on the cast is sad for them, but everybody pretty much knows that this relationship, it's a wrap. Period. There's nothing anybody can do. Okay, so next we have Andy, and he pretty much asks Simone, how is the kids dealing with, what's going on with you and Cecil? You guys are preparing to get divorced, and Simone pretty much says that the youngest one, Michael, is really emotional and sensitive about it, and Miles, the oldest, he doesn't show a lot of emotion like Cecil, so, she has no way of knowing really how he feels, because he doesn't really show that side of himself, and it's really sad that these kids are, I believe Miles is affected, even though Simone says she really can't tell. I think they both will always be, especially if you came from a two-parent household. You're so used to seeing your parents together. So I really feel, bad for the children that they are feeling this way, and having to go through this. Andy had asked Mariah, he was just telling Mariah, well, you wasn't out here when Simone broke the news that her and Cecil was getting a divorce. How do you feel about this? And Mariah was just very real and genuine. And she was just like, I'm so sad. I'm so hurt. And you could really tell she was sad for them. She was like, we all love them. We all look to them. It's like role models of the group, with how they have their marriage and their family. So she just said, I just wish they could figure out another way. I just wish they could really work things out. Divorce is final, and I just want them to really try to figure this out. And it's just sad that, their divorce is affecting everybody. Everybody's so sad, and I love how on this show, everybody genuinely cares for each other. It really does. They can go through the messiest of things, but everybody on this cast came together, especially on this third part, and I was here for it. Okay, so Andy takes a question from somebody, I guess, on Twitter, and they pretty much ask Cecil, why is it so hard for him to show his emotions towards Simone? But I really do feel that Cecil loves Simone. I just feel like maybe, just like he said, he was not brought up maybe in a household where they said it all the time. And sometimes if you're not brought up a certain type of way, you don't say things. You don't show your love by saying you love the person. You do it by your actions. And that's how Cecil said he was brought up. So, like I said, I don't feel it's personal. But Cecil, you have to give your wife what she needs. And I believe Mariah chimed in and said, Cecil, you're going to have to just do a little extra. Simone really needs that from you. And you could tell that Cecil was really listening to Mariah and the rest of the cast on, how he should, probably say, I love you more. Cecil also mentions that, he feels like Simone is busy with her job being a doctor. And on top of that, she's filming the show. Simone even mentioned, that, she's just busy with the 2 full-time jobs. And I don't like that Simone wasn't really listening to Cecil when he said he felt neglected, because I felt like that was him really pouring his heart out to you, Simone, and trying to tell you how he feels, so he mentioned that, her job and the show, is getting in the way. They not spending that time together to go out on a date. Cecil mentioned that the counselor had told Simone to plan a date, for them to go and have fun, go to the movies, do something, and Simone would never plan it. So I guess Cecil was beginning to feel like, well, maybe Simone really doesn't want this marriage. I don't really see her putting in the work. I really feel like that's how he felt. And he just really feels bad. You could tell that this has really broke Cecil down. You could tell he doesn't want to lose his family, so that's pretty much what he had to say on that. Okay, so Simone ends up commenting after Cecil says his piece, and Simone had said that she has been telling Cecil through the years that she feels like he's making more people feel more important than her. In particular, the lady Tammy, who is his best friend. And Simone had also mentioned that this woman stayed at her house for 8 days. What was it, Christmas break or some shit? It's like, Cecil, what the fuck is this bitch doing up in your house? You don't need this woman at your house. I don't care if she's a friend or not. I felt like that was very inappropriate. And now I'm kind of seeing, I still feel Simone yells too much and doesn't really let him talk. I do feel like that about Simone, but I was kind of seeing where Simone was coming from, because I would feel a certain way if my man is allowing some fucking woman in our house for 8 days and, she's with the family. And I was just confused on their relationship, because I'm looking like, well, if she's Cecil's friend, why the hell is she with the family like that? Or is she a family friend? Then they made it look like she was a family friend, because he had said that she was a family friend to Simone, her mother, Carmen, which is Simone's sister, and their boys. So it's just like, what part does this bitch play? But anyways, long story short, you guys, everybody gets on Cecil about having this woman around. Eugene was like, dude, you cannot have some other woman coming before your wife. That's inappropriate. You can't do that. Aiden got on his ass. Everybody really got on him about this lady Tammy, how she is in the middle of their relationship. And they're just like, you need to change this, Cecil. You need to do that. You need to really try to fight for your marriage. Jackie was coming at him. You need to really try to fight for your marriage. And then Cecil is just like, I can fight, but she has to be willing to fight with me. And I haven't really seen much of a fight out of her. They also get off into the whole situation with Jackie and Curtis a little bit. I believe Toya asked Jackie, well, have you made changes? Because you remember that Curtis had felt neglected by Jackie. Jackie has stated that she has made changes in her work schedule, and Curtis co-signed that. He said, yes, things have changed. It's really hard being married to a doctor. And Cecil says, yes, it's hard being married to a doctor, but I feel like you guys get a lot of passes on that. And I can honestly understand what he's saying on that. No matter what profession you're in, you have to make your relationship a priority. And Simone had kept saying, I work 2 full-time jobs, but Cecil was like, listen, I'm working, filming the show too, plus I got my job too. So, sometimes, you have to just be tired and still go out on dates. And hell, we got to go to the movies and we fall asleep up in that motherfucker. At least we together. So I really understood what he was saying when he said that. Okay, y'all, that motherfucking Quad asked for a restroom break, honey. That was kind of funny when she asked for that. Quad was like, honey, I'm with y'all trying to counsel Simone and Cecil, honey, but I got to pee. I feel you, Quad. It's going to be a long time, honey, for you see that bathroom. So she gets up and goes on. And the rest of the cast is pretty much, they're talking to Cecil and Simone. And it's very interesting how everybody is really trying to get these two to fight for their relationship. So Jackie, Aiden, and Eugene really talked to Cecil during this break. And they're really trying to explain to him, listen, if you really want to make your marriage work with Simone, if you really want to make your marriage work with Simone, you're going to have to give up the friend Tammy. Now, before they got into all of this, Simone was pretty much acting very passive and saying, hopefully we have an uneventful divorce and hopefully everything goes right. We haven't really had a lot of drama, and it's just like, I knew Simone was being full of shit. I told you guys, I knew she was, I just had a feeling in my heart. She wasn't really going to go through with this. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like she was done. But as everybody's talking to Cecil, got Toya in the back talking with Simone. And Toya is telling Simone, girl, everybody is letting Cecil have it over this lady Tammy. You should be first in his life. He should not have no female friend coming around. He shouldn't be sharing emotions with her. And then they shoot back. Aiden is telling him, you know what, Cecil, you keep saying that this woman is just a platonic friend, but cheating isn't always about you having sex with the person. It's emotional. You could be sharing emotions with her that Simone may not want you to share with another woman, and which was a very good point. And they just keep trying to drill in his head, you know, you need to give her up. And at first I didn't think Cecil was going to give the woman up because he seems like he's really cool with her. They also got on his ass when he had said he had loved the lady Tammy. And earlier Simone had got upset because she was like, wow, he can't say he loved me, but he loves his friend. He could say that though. So once I saw all of that, then you guys, the last part two, y'all remember, I knew this woman was more of an issue that Simone was letting on, because remember, Simone is the one that was saying that, oh, she's just his friend, it's not sexual. No, you always had a problem with this bitch, and you should have just came out with it, Simone. You know, you finally did come out and tell Andy that, and I was like, woo. Feels like the chains have came off, honey. She really let everybody know she has a problem with this lady, Tammy, that has been around, for the past 5 years? You know, she felt like she didn't want Cecil around this woman, and they never really got into what is this lady is saying or doing, you know. But I feel like it's inappropriate, period. Because if your spouse feels uncomfortable with your friend Cecil, you gotta let her go. And it's funny because Cecil ended up saying, you know what, I will let her go. If that's what's gonna put us on the right track, then I will let her go. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do. I just want Simone to fight with me, you know, and not make all these excuses up about how tired she is. She isn't the only one that's tired. Okay, one part I really noticed, you guys, is when Toya was in the back. Now, at first, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was being a little judgmental with Toya. Like, bitch, if you don't mind your fucking business. But after a while, she was really helping to, even though she's not Simone's best friend the way Jackie is, she was still making some good points and letting Simone know, girl, everybody is getting on that man right now. Everybody has your back with this lady Tammy. Everybody has told him he needs to get rid of her. And, you know, even Eugene said even if y'all do get a divorce, he should still get rid of Tammy. And then this is how I knew Simone was starting to break under pressure, because she said, what? Eugene said that? Toya was like, girl, even the psychiatrist is in your man's face, which is Dr. G. And y'all know Dr. G could give a fuck about anything. He got more passion for Simone and Cecil's relationship than he do with his relationship with Quiet, which is a damn shame. But, you know, it was so good seeing everybody try to fight to save this marriage. When I tell you team motherfucking work, teamwork. I loved it. I loved it, you guys. I was all in my feelings. Like, look at my black people just trying to save black love. Like, y'all just trying to save it. I didn't think it was really going to work. But yeah, once Toya told Simone all that, she's smiling like, what? Eugene said that? What? Cecil said he's willing to get rid of Tammy? You know, I think she was kind of shocked by that. So that's when I saw this shit may turn out a little bit different. Okay, y'all, so when they get back from the break, Toya tells Cecil, who was sitting behind her, she says, let's trade seats. And Cecil was like, no, I don't think she want me up there. And Toya was like, let's trade seats. Let's see, you know, what's going on. And I thought that was really cute. That was funny. I love this part, you guys, when Cecil was sitting next to Simone and he's holding her hand and he's letting her know he doesn't want the divorce. Y'all, this is taking me back to Zach and Kelly. Did y'all watch Saved by the Bell? Was you into Zach and Kelly and Corey and Topanga? This was giving me all of that, you know? These two, oh my God, they just had me damn near in tears, because Cecil was finally telling his wife, you know, Tammy is not important. I'm willing to give her up for you, and Simone is taking it all in. So is the cast, it's just like, oh my God, I love him saying that to her, because that really solidified that he loves his wife. He really wants to make this marriage work. So Cecil is pretty much talking to Simone and letting her know, all I want is for you to do your part. I do my part, but you need to hear me when I'm saying I'm feeling neglected. And Simone is like, you need to hear me when I say you are emotionally unavailable, So I felt like they both had some valid points. You could definitely tell Simone is cracking under the pressure. She really does not want to get this divorce. They both admit that they are willing to do whatever it takes to save their marriage. Simone says she's still in counseling. She's never stopped doing counseling. And, they both agreed to continue with counseling. And everybody is clapping. It was one point where Eugene, I thought it was kind of funny. He was like, all right, get your ass back here. He was like, don't ruin it. Just shut up. Because Eugene was like, motherfucker, we don't want to go through all of this with you and that motherfucker Simone. That motherfucker Simone don't play, y'all. She look like when something is in her head, because this could have went either way. I'm like, okay, she really must be done. She was doing all that yelling. But I know better. Simone is just a yeller. She was just talking that shit. She don't want to lose her man. And I think it's absolutely beautiful and wonderful that these two want to get back on the right track and make things work. Okay, so that's pretty much what happened with them. And to wrap the whole show up, Andy began, talking to the ladies about the group and how they all feel about the group. And Contessa made a comment, and she was just like, you know what? Everybody here loves each other. Everybody here is fighting for each other. And then it was interesting what Heavenly's husband, Damon, I think maybe he had said it earlier. He was like, everybody helps everybody on this show. We all have each other's backs. And Toya said, you know what? I'm not having any of these issues in my marriage. It makes me appreciate my marriage, but I just want my friends to be happy and feel the way that I feel, so everybody is just on the right page, in the right book. Even Mariah is, a part of the cast right now. I like how everybody came together. Everything ended beautifully, you guys. Wonderful reunion. I am going to miss this show. I can't wait for it to come back. That is my review of Married to Medicine. Don't you guys forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl Brand New, and I am out.